Hello and welcome back to another Pauper video. So this is my follow-up to that green-white combo Tron build, which I think is moved to being quite a lot better. And again, I think we're doing what I was kind of hoping, where we're bringing some interesting ideas around. So the idea behind the deck is that we're playing 8 green impulses that fill up the graveyard. We're also playing 2 Wasteful Harvests, which is basically just the 9th and 10th copy. I think they're worse because they're 3 mana. They do see an additional card. So the idea on these is you can either find your Tron lands if you need them, or to increase the consistency there, or you can find your combo pieces. So the combo is Ashnods Altar Mirror Retriever. Basically all the other times I've seen this played, it's been played with Golem Foundry, which has obviously been around a long time. You loop this infinite times, you get charge counters, they can make you additional golems. And I guess the new idea I'm trying to bring is Molten Gatekeeper. So this is whenever a creature enters the battlefield, deal 1 damage to each opponent. Obviously the benefit is that it kills the opponent this turn, you don't have to pass back to them and kill them with golems, and the next turn you don't have to play another creature. The other really big advantage is that you can kill them from the grave. Well, this is a kill condition that can be from your graveyard. So in this deck, the combo is quite convoluted. You need an Ashnods Altar, 2 Mirror Retrievers, and then a way to kill them. But in this particular build, you only need the Ashnods Altar and 1 of the Mirror Retrievers to ever have been in your hand. These 2 can have just been milled over by Malevolent Rumble Cash Grab, and it's still plenty good. So that's quite an interesting, or quite an appealing thing to me at least. Whether it will work out in practice, we'll have to see. I'm calling it green-white. The other big benefit, or the other draw to putting these things in the graveyard, is we've got 4 recommissions. So recommission targets Ashnod, or can target Ashnod Altar as a 3-mana artifact. Could target Mirror Retriever. It could target Molten Gatekeeper, but realistically I don't think that's going to happen too much. And then we're on 8 baubles, as I say, to turn on our Malevolent Rumble green impulses, 3 crop rotations, 3 maps to get us to Tron quicker. So in terms of the sideboard, again, we're milling over a bunch of cards, and we're not interacting with creatures, interacting with the board very much. So playing Moment of Peace sounds really good to me. If we mill over any to a cash grab, it's a free card, and if opponents are relying on creatures to kill us, obviously each one of these can buy us 2 whole turns, in which we can see a whole bunch of cards from our deck. On some Sandstorms to help against mono red. Otherwise I think it should be quite a bad matchup. A couple of Scatter Archers as kind of a easy option against mono blue. I could easily be convinced, against blue fairies, or maybe mono white. I could easily be convinced these should be something else, but they're kind of a crutch, I guess, to try and make that matchup a bit better without having to invest too much. Ancient Grudge against Affinity, or to board in against Naya Spellbomb, Relic Progenitus. Evolution Witness, obviously opponents are going to be everyone in Pauper is packing Artifacts Hate. Basically most matches, game 2, we're going to bring these in and kind of slow down some of our Tron assembling so that we're more resilient, so that we can return Ashnods Altar. The big thing with Evolution Witness in this build is you recommission it. It comes back as a 3/2 with a 1/1 counter on it, so you can immediately get back another permanent. So you kind of, recommission becomes a 2-mana 3/2 draw a card, or return a permanent. That's just really good value. We don't really make much use out of it because we don't play to the board, but it can still block, it can still get into combat. Yeah, and then Obsidian Acolyte is our kind of game plan against Brood Scale. So Pro Black can't be snuffed out, can't be targeted by a Shambling Ghast. Again, we've got these 10 green mill impulse effects. If it goes into the graveyard, we can recommission it back, and then with that in play, hopefully they're not going to be able to kill us, or not be able to Brood Scale us at least. And then if they're relying on non-trampling creatures, we've got Mere Retrievers, we've got some Malevolent Rumble tokens. Hopefully we can go up the ground. So this is the deck. I think it's moved on a long way from the version I played in my last video. Whether there's still much in the way of improvements to make, but it looks quite pretty to me. You know, we're at the point where we've got a lot more 4/4s, and that's always, I think, a useful sign. Wasteful Harvest is a bit speculative. I don't want to commit too much swap rotation and get it counted by a blue deck, or likewise maps, and I think these are probably what I'd sideboard out most of the time. So, with that, let's jump into League and see how it goes. So yeah, on the playing round 1, going to keep a good hand. We can turn 3 Tron, we've got the energy refractor, so colour mana, to see what the opponent's playing. A bit of a wait. So we need to find a second copy of Mere Retriever to start the loop, or to allow us to loop and find an Ashnod's Altar. So, Prince on Swamp go. I guess the downside of opponents playing swamps is they probably tend to have more graveyard hate, I think, on average, than alternatives. Getting a Haunted Mire, I assume this is Dredge. That's a good start. So let's put Tron into play. So put Tron into our hand, and we'll have to see what we can do about the about that troll. So if we start on Chromatic Star, I guess we can just make a red mana straight off. Okay, that's pretty nice. So we are finding another Mere Retriever away from winning. So let's energy refractor first. Draw again. Well, that's that's how it's done. No complaints here. So we're going to take 6 this turn, and should be set up to win. Although if they have removal spell, they can kill this. Unless they have 2, we can basically bring it back and unearth it. So you can draw the Tron land. So let's play an Ashnod's Altar. Let's play our land, because there's no reason not to that I can think of. Play a Mere Retriever. Deal 1 damage. Sack the Mere Retriever. Get back Chromatic Star. Always yield. Play another Mere Retriever. So we have assembled a loop. And now we just have to click through this a bunch more times. So turn 4, didn't actually play any dig spells that game, we just drew them all, but I guess that's the benefit of, you know, having a more targeted approach, having 4 of the gatekeepers, 3 of the altars. We're a bit more likely to naturally draw it. I won't claim too much credit for that one. Oh god, the cards are huge. So I've had a look at one Dredge deck, and that didn't actually have any graveyard hate. So I'm still not really sure what I want to put in. I think I'm just going to run it back until we get some more information. Maybe I can bring an Ancient Grudge just so that we have some counterplay. No, I don't even particularly like that. I think we just run it back and we need to find out some more information about what they're playing. I mean, they could just be like a black-green Gardens type deck. So hands, yeah, a little awkward, but I'm going to keep with 2 1/3 of the way to Tron. We've got access to coloured mana. Those are our two ticks for whether a hand's keepable. Okay, so this is basically definitely Dredge. Bury macabre's an awkward one. There's not really anything we can do if that's what they play or what they draw. So we are much better at playing Tron in this game than I have been previously. We're a true master. Opponent might be a master at exhuming 6 drops on turn 2, but I guess they would need to get they need to have a black source in their hand to do that. They don't have a turn to exhume, just some more crappy dudes. Sorry, more land creatures. Our turn is basically fixed. Can't think of anything that's going to change our mind. So we see they do have Ancient Grudge. We can get our power plant and pass back. So again, like maybe if they're on Ancient Grudge, we want some Evolution Witnesses, but I don't think that's necessarily even locked in. They're keeping up their Ancient Grudge mana. So let's play a sphere, make a green, play Malevolent Rumble. So if I take the Conduit Pylons, I've got access to an untapped green or untapped coloured mana source next turn. Not really interested in anything else. Nice to see a Gatekeeper go to the bin. And then we've got we can either play an Ashnods Altar because we've got all these recommissions anyway. We can cycle a Slippery Cast. We could do both with the Spawn. Currently they can't do anything with their mana, so I don't really want to just play the Ashnods Altar out there, even though I guess if we aren't doing anything, we might as well cycle this now. In case we draw another sphere effect. Cash grab we don't have coloured mana for. So we might, for example, lead with recommission, cycle 1 for a sphere for a Conduit Pylons to make white mana. Start by cycling a sphere just to get one of these out of our hand. Now that's a bit of a pain. We don't have any removal spells in our deck at the minute. Any ways to kill this? Unless we get them to attack into Sandstorm, we don't have any ways to kill it regardless. So. I guess they're thinking, do they just want to take cash grab? Yeah, they take the altar. I think that's the right choice. Again, they're leaving up their Ancient Grudge. We are a master. So let's play Conduit Pylons, Surveil 1. I'm going to put this into the graveyard. Putting it into the graveyard because we think that, well, if we just play it, they can't attack. Happy with the graveyard. Do I want to cash grab first, or do I want to recommission a bauble? I think I want to get a bauble into play. I could even get back the 2/2 Mirror Retriever. No, I think I just cycle one. So make a green for this cash grab. That's just funny. Just drawing like a champ against this opponent. So we've found our second Mirror Retriever. We will put that in our hand. We can... I guess we can play an Ashnod's Altar and turn this into a Mirror Retriever. We'll regret if they have another Mesmeric Fiend, but again, Paducah Bog's good for them. Don't think we saw them take a Paducah Bog off of this, that would be embarrassing. Yeah, they're a Build a Forest. Bit greedy hanging out the Ashnod's Altar there to get killed, but so we've got that recommission. Do I just block and trade it in for my other Retriever? Don't see a problem with that. Don't think they're going to have instant speed graveyard hate. Oh, they get their land. I forgot this wasn't actual factual. Oh no, they do have graveyard hate. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's rough. That's quite the blowout. I guess it would be, it's one of those, it would be good against us regardless. So I kind of want to recommission the Ashnod's Altar to get them, to try and get them to counter that. And leave the Mirror Retriever in our graveyard. Obviously this could backfire and they let us have, we don't actually have enough, we don't have enough coloured mana sources to play the Gatekeeper if we do that. So let's hold off for some more information, play a Gatekeeper, hold down the fort and just play under the Tron land. Definitely still learning this deck, and in this particular match I've not respected what the opponent could have. They're leaving up a lot of mana, is this a grudge? Oh man, this guy is hateful. So definitely going to want to bring in my Evolution Witnesses here. Obviously I've got the Rot of Unions, but it's another thing to force them to use it. Now that I know they've got a grudge, I almost don't know if I can afford to recommission this. They just let me have it. No, I think I still have to. But obviously if they just let me have it, it's pretty bad times. But again, if the opponent passes with 5 mana up, they have to be telling us what's in their hand. Discard a Lawless Giant. I guess their exhumes aren't very good at the minute, is the one benefit. So we've unlocked our coloured mana. Again, they could grudge this down, but I don't think they're likely to. Definitely not if we have a second. I am going to try and recommission this Ashnod's Altar now. Expecting it gets Rotten Reunioned, or hoping it gets Rotten Reunioned at least. They let it go. Yeah, it's not a good outcome for me. They Ancient Grudge it down, that's fine too. Just can't really afford to, I can afford to, I don't really want to go down to 2 Mirror Retrievers in the deck to try and find. Sort of make a land drop and passing back. So this is where I'm kind of thinking about either having, well basically I need an unearth, a graveyard-based X spell that I can just mill into in this way and use all the Tron lands for. It would be golden, but I can't think of anything that kind of fits the bill, or any kind of unearth thing that we would want to hit. We should be dead to this Dread Return in this turn. So yeah, the Ancient Grudge, 2 Ancient Grudges and a Rotom Union. Obviously they only used half of both of these, but that was too much to deal with. And on to game 3. So, any more thoughts about sideboarding? If I still had a Fangren and Marauder, I'd be interested in that. Just Dredge's not actually very good at dealing, infinite damage, and having a big creature would be very helpful. Don't want my Ancient Grudges, don't think I want these. Don't think we're going to get them into attack into a Sandstorm. That's not a very, likely path forwards. What do we want to cut for Evolution Witnesses? Maybe some maps? I like Recommission because their graveyard hate's going to be so strong anyway. Actually getting them to use it or consume it earlier on is good. Even if it gets traded, well, I was going to say 1 for 1, but obviously Russian Union is 2 for 1. Yeah, I think I like this option. Now we just have to try and execute, which again, we've had 2 really good draws, but did fall apart to the hate in that second one. Again, we've got 2/3 of Tron, we can star into a Rumble to try and find the other bit, the missing piece. This does leave us not having a coloured source. Opponent's moved to 6. Maybe the other argument as well is to just say we should always, in post-board games, just blindly bring in some Evolution Witnesses, expecting that opponent's going to have some more artifact hate, ways to interact. Nice to draw another colour mana source, or 2. So we can Malevolent Rumble. We find the full Tron. I think we just take Tron and leave the other 2 in the graveyard. So the Evolution Witness we can recommission. If we draw recommission back Evolution Witness as a 3 to bring back Ashnod's Altar to hand is pretty nice. So yeah, that's not a bad ratio on turn 3 Trons. And we even put a creature in the graveyard in turn 2 if they had a Exhume. nuts to find this much Tron. Make green mana. I'm going to lead on the Wasteful Harvest. Just see the most cards. And take... So we could take a Mirror Retriever. Or just a tower. I think we take the Retriever. So this is, again, out of coloured sources. Draw coloured sources, fantastic. And I might even just take another one over the Urza's land. We've already got another Urza's land in hand anyway. Send a message. So yeah, we've been very successful at filling up our graveyard. I might slow the opponent down a bit as they have to try and work out how have to try and leave up mana to see what we might do. So let's start on Energy Refractor, just to get another card draw. I'll keep this on top. Play a Gatekeeper out to get killed. Well, and then I'm not going to play the other Refractor in case it baits them into Ancient Grudging down the Refractor. Might not. They go after this, which I don't understand. To me, this is much less valuable, and obviously it's got an Earth itself. So leaving up the Ancient Grudge. So we want to Evolution Witness. Do we want to Evolution Witness and try and get back an Evolution Witness? Basically have our turn be make a hugely expensive 4/3. Do we want to target the Ashnods Altar? Kind of like making the witnesses. Although I guess we don't really want to attack because they're missing land drops. So let's adapt here, get back Ashnod's Altar. Yeah, so off of the Evolution Witness plan, because we can't beat down, because we don't want to give them mana sources. Do we want to just play an Ashnod's Altar out? It would mean that they could free up. They don't have to hold up a green source in the next turn, so I guess not. Let's play the pylons. Don't need another mine. Now I will play another refractor. So now we are a mere retriever away from having the combo. And opponent has to leave up, essentially a third of their mana or 25% of their mana in the future to hold up the Ancient Grudge. That's a bit of a pain. It is still feasible that we can get there this turn. again, lead on refractor. Do we want to lead on the sphere? I think either way we're going to be cracking the sphere this turn, so let's lead on that. Just a cheaper way to draw mana. I'll make white. We've got 3 recommissioned left in the deck. Call my shot. Make it green this time. Make a red and 2 for the Gatekeeper. Obviously they've grudged one of these. Fantastic if they grudge the second. Maybe I should be attacking with my 4-3. How many turns of that did I miss? I think it's only the one. Oh no, I've not even missed any attacks yet. So I can play mine, play Energy Refractor. Now we can cash grab. We'll take a Chromatic Sphere. It's just a cheaper way to draw a card than the Energy Refractor is. And I think I want to play a Mirror Retriever. Don't think it really matters. We can attack for 4. Obviously this does let them kill this and get back their ridge line, but they don't block, so they value having the creature in play for Dread Return, I guess. They're not blocking, I'm very happy that I attacked. Less clicks if it's going well. So now they're holding up Graveyard Hate and Ancient Grudge, which I don't think we'll be able to push through with what's in our hand. Guess we can attack for 7 though. Let's attack for 7. And now I'm genuinely looking at being able, whether I can kill them with unearthing a bunch of Gatekeepers next turn and attacking, or else they can't leave up mana. So I think we still play the Urza's Mine, and I'll play the Chromatic Sphere, just put us 1 mana closer. And I'll probably even crop rotation in the end step, turn a Conduit Pylons into another Urza's Tower, because these lands are basically, with the Energy Refractor, basically 1 mana of any colour, or 2 colour mana, so they're still on 2 pieces of interaction, a Rotten Union and an Ancient Grudge. So we can crop rotate, lose a Conduit Pylons. We've not got any kind of techie lands, so just the best we can do is an Urza's Tower. Get to our turn. I guess the thing I missed was playing, sorry, the thing I didn't explain was playing this is good against if they drew another Mesmeric Fiend. So let's add red to the pool. I don't think that matters too much. So unearth this, attack with the team. If we try and unearth this, do they ever just use their graveyard hate on it? If we attack with the team, what they... So unearth this, play this, they go to 7. They need to block. Stinky can... Because I guess I'm looking at... They're going to play probably going to play a 6 mana spell next turn. They can basically use a Rotten Union to kill the gate, to exile the Gatekeeper, so we might not be able to actually make a, we'll be able to loop but not kill. But I'm going to see where this goes. They go to 5, sorry, I forgot I had 2 Gatekeepers. So I think I even attack with the Retriever. They block this with the Imp, we target something, they kill whatever we target. As I say, I expect they have they've got the Ancient Grudge here, and I expect they've got a Rotten Union in hand. Block here, grudge this. It's not all bad. Again, shame we don't have a techie land for the crop rotation. Maybe I could put in like a, I don't know, a Fengraph or something. So opponent's going to go to 3. Grudge here. We need to target a non-gatekeeper thing, so they don't get value out of both ends of their Rotten Union. So what, we just take a star? We get the star. We can play it, try and make a green mana. Don't think it really matters what mana we make, we've got so much mana up. Nice draw. Should have unearthed first. Alright, so it doesn't know they actually had a thing. So we can adapt here, get back another, or try and get back another Evolution Witness, which we can cast using the Spawn token. Maybe the sideboard plan is just like a bunch of what's it called, Sprout Swarmings. Oh, sorry, Sprout Swarming and just the stupid Gatekeeper stuff. I played another league, I don't know if I'll record it, will depend on how this goes. But this has won me quite a lot of games, just weird derpy creature beatdown. So we are back in round 2 after getting there with derpy creatures. Mulligan the first hand, am I going to keep this? We're on the play. We need to find a second land. We have 2 shots at it. If we do, we've got the Rumble. Opponent's kept 7. Do I want to go to 5? I think we've only 17 lands to draw to, so maybe going to 5 is just better. Yep, I prefer this 5. So let's keep, and then say that if we've already mulliganed, losing the card off a crop rotation is worse value, or is assembling, getting the guaranteed Tron better value? We could put back a Mere Retriever. It's a tough choice. I think I'm going to put back the crop rotation. The crop rotation is dead unless we draw a 3rd land. And then it also has to be one that we don't want to keep, which is, what, 4 out of 15 of them. Against Elves, I did have some standard bearers, which I think I would want back. I'm just running very well on on natural Troning. Obviously, putting back crop rotations was the perfect move. Very skilled, yada yada. So now we're just going to try and race them. Yeah, so I did have some standard bearers, which is, kind of what I'd like against Elves. Instead, we've now got the Moments piece, which I think is probably also going to be very tough for them to beat. So let's make a green mana and play a Wasteful Harvest. So we get to put a Gatekeeper in the bin, which is where it wants to be. I might just take my 4th land. This is 4th land or a Sphere. Maybe just a Sphere. If we have 3 card draw effects in our hand, we're so likely to find another land instead. So Sphere, make a green mana. I'll do the Sphere. Make a white mana for what it's worth. And then just play another refractor. So we are sphering up. Something I'd only just kind of thought about is maybe we want to play, if we're already playing the 8 sphere effects, maybe the, this is going to get pretty big pretty quick. Maybe we do want to be on Golem Foundry, or maybe, sorry, an alternative build of this is Golem Foundry and then the Frantic Salvage. I think that right now I like the idea of leaning so heavily on the Gatekeeper, but it's another way that you could use this shell of having a bunch of these graveyard impulse effects that'd be quite interesting. I guess the problem is that in that kind of egg storm shell, you want such a high density of these, you don't really want random green spells clogging up your draws. So opponent's going to be going very wide, very quick. I'm assuming the blue means this is the melody. Let's see if they have any elves first. Just 5. Just draw 5. Makes you wonder what the other 2 cards are. Whether they must be like Lead the Stampedes and more melodies. So unless they have a Timberwatch elf, Yeah, unless they had a Timberwatch elf, we had a shot at living through this turn. I think with the elf and Quirion Ranger, and thinking they've got 2 more, at least, Stampede Cadra effects. Even if we have a Mirror Retriever to block this, I don't think we're likely to win, or to survive. And they've got the Birch Straws, so they can tap all these to go even wider. So yeah, this is 18 damage with the Quirion Ranger already. So we need to get there this turn. Let's go about trying to do that. So we want green mana, we want red mana. We also have white spells. None of the above just yet. So we can cash grab, but I think we're out of luck. Maybe if we start first, we basically need to find an Urza's Tower. And Ashnod's Altar as our 2 effects. So we find an Ashnod's Altar. I think even if we cash grab, we're short, right? There's nothing that gets there. Yep. Unfortunately. Because we could have... yeah, never mind. So, sideboarding here. I feel like they're probably going to be on Masked Vandal, so Evolution Witness shouldn't really do too much. Going to be bringing in the Moment Pieces. Oh, they're going to be on... They're playing blue. Sorry, they're playing Distant Melody and playing... I'm assuming they're probably on Negate as well. Let's just check. So I can't see this particular opponent in any matches, but yeah, I'm going to assume they're on some Negates. So I'm going to cut the crop rotations just to fear negate effects. I guess I'm looking at Evolution Witness pairs up against Negate, and Moments Pieces are kind of valuable sideboard card. Maybe I just don't want the Evolution Witnesses. I've got recommissions and we can find a lot of cards. So maybe I just poured out these 4, kind of slow ourselves down a bit. I think I want all the harvest effects. Maybe we can cut a cash grab for a map. No, I think, again, I like the idea at least of having all these cash grabs with the Moments Pieces. Obviously it's so minor as to which we do at this point. So let's run it back. Obviously, if they have some graveyard hate as well, we might be in a bit of bind. Let's open this one. Might be going down to 5 again. Prince Mulligan as well. I can't see keeping this. This is not a great hand either. We need to find a colour source. Let's put back these 2 that we can't cast. And keep the Moments Pieces. That might be wrong, but it's one of those, in my head these get better in multiples. You know, preventing 1 or 2, buying yourself 1 or 2 turns is one thing, buying yourselves 3 or 4 is another entirely. So yeah, looking for a green pip. Oh man, there's going to be so many clicks involved if we if the game goes on too many more turns. So this hand doesn't look too powerful for them. I guess if this cash grab in hand was a so what did they hit? They got a Rubble Fort and a Mystic, sure. If this had one particularly was the Expedition map, it would have been nice, but so it goes. Opponent can gain 4. We do find our green source, we're allowed to start playing. We can cash grab our next turn. I guess the Rubble Fort is actually pretty scary. Let's see what's in the Stampede. So Timberwatch Elf with 2 Quirion Rangers is a lot of damage. We might actually be on having to fog already, which is not really where we want to be. And obviously if they had a negate as well, would be that would be able to kill us. So worst case for me is that they play a Timberwatch Elf this turn. Oh no, sorry, it's getting haste from Rubble Fort anyway. I guess worst case for me is we don't find another way to get green mana. Go down to 18. I guess we are moments piecing, and if for some reason it's not lethal, then we can cash grab in the end step. But we kind of hold up both options. I'm not gonna. I'll fire off moments piece if, say, they play a Distant Melody before combat, but otherwise, no point, I think, doing it no upkeep. I'm just going to yield and unyield when it gets to when it gets to the time they are attacking. I guess if they do attack with everybody, sorry, if they do make a big attack and invest the Timberwatch Elf in pumps, it would mean we've got a clear shot at resolving the cash grab. I know, because they're going to get to untap creatures in the next turn with the Quirion Rangers. So we have to play Moments Piece. Very much like a green pip. Do we rumble relying on finding a green source, which would be the Rebauble or bust? It's a bit of a tough call. Obviously, just sitting here behind the moment pieces, like if you fog, but all that you do is draw a card in your turn, that's not particularly good. You know, you were cycling and losing a bunch of tempo. If we did this and hit, I would be much more happy having moved my game set along. Although I guess if we do rumble and just take a bauble, then all we've done is cycle a rumble, if that makes sense. We've not actually moved our game state on in the way that we are looking for. So we're going to try and Moment's Peace from the graveyard. Obviously they can make blue mana. If they have a counterspell in their hand, then they win. If they try and Melody, we will Moment's Peace in response, so that we know the coast is clear. So yeah. We try and lock up surviving this turn, but obviously drawing a bunch of cards, if there's a negate in here, we're in trouble. I think almost what we're looking at needing to do is like draw energy, refractor, rumble into Urza's tower, kind of vice versa. So opponent knows they don't have to do Timberwatch Elf things this turn. Again, we've got 90 minutes on the clock. This is was 8 elves plus these 3, so 11, and gained 33 life. So even if we were to okay, so now I'm gonna rumble. It's basically the same situation as previous, but we know that they drew a million. So if there was another melody in there, for example, they're advancing we're risking them advancing their game state and we're not. So take a chromatic sphere, play the sphere. We do have a Moment's Peace, and we're only drawing one more card. So let's go to their turn, play our Moment's Peace in their upkeep. They see one fewer card this way. We don't need that other Ashnod Altar. Expect this is counted now? Nope. Unfortunately, we must continue. We're still a really long way away from actually having a kill ourselves as well. It's the worst thing about this. Like if they don't have a counter now and they don't, unless they have another melody, that Moment's Peace in the graveyard might be good again next turn, which means we just have to, which means we get to watch them just well and truly elf around. You can't quite concede. How much life do they have to have before we're like, 3 well wishes is enough well wishing? I think if they just start doing that now, almost to just gain 50 odd. I might that might be enough for me. Oh no, we got 19 minutes. We don't need all those 19 minutes, do we? We can spew a lot of them on clicking a sad loop. So we... Oh, did I forgot I had one of these in the graveyard. No, that's a shame. So we can cash grab now. Still not actually finding anything to move our game forwards, which is unfortunate. We take a chromatic star as the cheaper way to filter. An energy refractor in case we find Tron. I think we're still scrapping around enough that... Actually, no, I'm going to take the refractor. It's the higher upside. That was we managed to spend a lot of take quite a lot of time playing one card that turn. In their upkeep, you guessed it, we would like to request a moment of peace. And again, they didn't well-wisher, which we are thankful for. Guess we can do this way in case we draw a tower. This would be slightly better to leave more Tron lands up. We are, I like to call this being really good at poker and not very good at Tron. It offsets the first couple of games quite nicely. Let's go to their upkeep and let's play a moment's peace. So, the moment's peace idea is working in that two cards have kept us alive. Obviously if there were other cards, they could be better, but two cards have kept us alive where nothing else really would have. And what we need to find is basically if we found a rumble into a Mere Retriever, sorry, where we can take a Mere Retriever and mill over a Mere Retriever. So there is a Mere Retriever in there, or we can take the tower and rely on recommission to draw a card. So let's do that. Take Urza's tower. Play Urza's tower. Try and recommission I guess it's slightly more mana efficient to get a star. If we crack this, we need to find either a Mere Retriever or a Moment's Peace. Or a way to carry on looking. So we should be dead. Yep. We were I would say we were surprisingly close to getting there, considering, the multiplier and how bad it looked for a while, but yeah, didn't go our way. Obviously that was only game one of, game two that we lost as well. We're already down a game that map. So on the play in round 3, I've had this hand and now I've looked and changed the planes in the deck list to a forest. I think it's actually, the amount of times we were saying about we need to find an untapped green source seems quite hard to justify having a basic planes in the deck. We've only got 4 white spells and we've got the refractors for it, so do we want to keep this? I think so, even though it's very slow. Means we can lock up getting our third Tron piece our second Tron piece next turn. But it's basically been the entire turn to do it. No, I think we can't. I think we just have to try and get lucky and almost draw one now and rumble or cash grab into another. Okay, if they were actually synthesizer and not mono red, I had more time. Probably would have rather had the map, but obviously Great Verse makes you think of mono red. It's a lot more prevalent in the leagues. Still happy enough with the choice I made. So we could fire off a Malevolent Rumble using the planes. I wonder what they're thinking about. We're not getting much value out of the whole we can just mill over gatekeepers, we don't have to draw them shtick. But that's fine. So we can take an Ashnod's Altar, which I might just do. Like, I don't think they're likely to have main deck cast into the fire. And this would put us, I guess we don't have a land drop for next turn yet, is the downside. But Ashnod's Altar synergizes very well with spawn tokens. Yeah, if this is what they are on, then we have quite a lot of time. The downside, if this is what they are on, is that Thraben Charm's a bit of a beating, so I'm going to rumble again. Prioritise finding our 4th land. So we can 3 mana altar, make 3 5-mana, which is enough to play this, not enough to play the Retriever as well. Because obviously with the Ultra play we can sack the spawns for 2 mana, not 1. Missed a shot in that we could have played the Mirror Retriever from hand, and then if obviously they bolt it, we get back a Mirror Retriever, we don't lose anything. If they don't, we're another piece closer to the combo. Save, or use the tower in hand. We would hang it out there to a Thraben Charm, but I think we're, if they have a Thraben Charm, they're going to find a spot where we have 2 Mirror Retrievers in the graveyard anyway. But yeah, still wish I'd have played the Mirror Retriever. How it goes. So, double checking our maths. 3 to play the Ashnod's Altar. We can make 4 mana here. So not enough. So we can still cash grab. Or do we just play out some creatures? The problem is they kill most of the creatures. If we cash grab and find a land, we can spend one of the spawns to play the altar. we can map, crack it, and use a spawn to play an altar. I'm not sure if I like this or not, but oh, we could have sacked a spawn to get the map. That's what we should have done. Basically turn this from 2 mana for 1 turn to guaranteed 1 mana and save the land drop. Oh well. I'm going to block now and do that. I think that's still fine. So 2 mana for the Mirror Retriever, 2 mana for this and a red. No, it's not. Oh no, and then if they bolt this, then we can still we can sack it in response with the Ashnods Altar, make a red mana with the energy refractor. So this should work. Again, I've somehow managed to make this game feel really difficult, even though I don't know quite how. I've just been, I think, overthinking too many things. I'll get a Tron land. I've got a good feeling with. Well, I guess it won't matter because we shouldn't get another. We shouldn't have to have a turn after our next one. But I've got a good feeling with Power Plant. Power Plant seems like the way to go. I thought it was a Duke for a sec. That would have been a pain in the ass. So again, Thraben Charm is the card that we're worried about. So I think we should get there. So let's play a Gatekeeper. Sack this for 2 mana. Play a Mirror Retriever. Expect they bolt this. Or blast this, whatever. But again, so this is why I'm actually quite high on this as a way of killing them as opposed to Golem Foundry, is that this whole setup just works so nicely. So they kill this, in response we sack it, we make a red mana, which means we can bring it back. All that from a card that just comes into your graveyard, you love to see it. So I think I want Ancient Grudges of my own. Don't really have anything for Cast into the Fire which exiles, or Thraben Charm, which is a bit of a shame. Maybe I want some Evolution Witnesses. And cut some maps. I'm happy enough with this. The Witnesses don't seem too good. Most of their creatures that are attacking are flying. 1 Scattershot Arch is not going to do it. 2 is just going to get 1 bolted. Let's run it back. I think there's always something almost extra fun about a combo deck in green-white, or I guess Naya even, like, you know, you expect your combo decks to be filthy blue-black, you know, nonsense. So we have a full house. No, two pair, sorry, two pair. Now that's a full Tron. But yeah, as far as my poker hands to Tron hands go, very good Tron hand. Medium to good poker hand, right? I don't play a lot of poker. I think I'm just going to fire off the refractor. Maybe there's a chance they've got a wildfire in if they're playing a bridge, but I think that's very, very slim. Again, refractor is quite scary in that it's actually a really good target for their artifact tape. But I feel like you almost have to play this deck to realise how tight on coloured mana sources it is. Or I guess have people watch a video where you keep panicking that they're going to kill your coloured mana sources. I'm going to make a white because I will be happy to just cycle a recommission here. Make a green off of this one. Play another star, another sphere. Let's make a white mana. Don't love the 2 crop rotations, they're not doing a lot for me at the minute. Let's make another green. And then I will just play a Mirror Retriever out. I guess this has opened me up to Dust. That's probably the worst thing about it. Yeah, shouldn't have played it. I was thinking if it was cast into the fire, I just played too quickly. If it was cast into the fire, it would have been fine, you know, fair to medium. Cast is going to be good. Threatens to block, or yeah, that's just not very tight play. There's no reason to just hang it out. Oh, it's so bad. So we've got the Wasteful Harvest on top, which I'm pretty happy to draw. They're starting to assemble a clock of their own. This is where like a Fangrum, like having the Fangrum Marauder seems like it would be really good. Play the Harvest. Am I just taking another Chromatic Star? Just to cycle a card deeper. And we're limiting ourselves to almost one coloured pip a turn until we draw another refractor. I might make a power plant and just crop rotate. I know the other Conduit Pylons is there and already Forest is there. It's only really Sad Plains or the Cycle land that I kind of want to keep. Ugh. Just, yeah, very punished by playing out the Mirror Retriever. Obviously, we have the artifact theme. Dust is appealing against us, but just no excuse to be hanging out a load of valuable cards at sorcery speed to them. You can imagine a world where we just keep everything in hand, and if we drew a Mirror Retriever this turn, you know, we could play out everything in one go. Dust would be dead. I still think they probably have ways to interact, so the Dust would come in handy afterwards, but it's a very big punt. It's been very disciplined leaving up 3 mana, so I don't think we're going to be able to beat another effect in time. and then again, it's not like Elves where all of their damage is from creatures. Like, I don't really want to bring in Moment's Peace here and just get bolted out anyway. So I think I'm basically just going to run it back the same, but try not to punt. Let's force him to have it, right? We can play this, play Mirror Retriever. We can get back a star and then try and see one card deeper. If that one card is a Retriever or a green or an Impulse effect, we've got a shot. I'm guessing this is to be cast into the altar. Yep. So a block if given a chance, but obviously at 3 we should be dead. Get back a star. So not dead, surprisingly. Not dead yet. No. What? Oh, they need to turn on Metalcraft. That makes sense. So again, I think no changes. We'll just run it back and try not to punt and hope that they don't have too much interaction. See what we get. Can't keep this. Can't really keep this. Opponent's kept 7. This hand's also really rough. I'm going to put back the 2 gatekeepers. We've got 3 lands, and if we find a way to cast Ancient Grudge, maybe we've got a shot. Or we just shamelessly try and mana screen the opponent. So far, no dice. Well, you can't cast into the fire me if I don't have any artifacts. Synth into Garrison. Oof. The value. And then discard to hand size, lovely. Might be a quick game. Synthesizer into another synthesizer into a cast into fire. So you play your synthesizer again from hand? No. It wouldn't make sense. Well, we're back into fantastic poker hands. It's a sad turn 6 tapped green source, but a tapped green source it is nonetheless. Maybe we can lull them into a false sense of security. Our ways out of here are basically we need to draw some combination of Energy Refractor and Urza's Mine. We need to do it pretty quickly. Let's rumble because it makes a blocker. I don't really want to discard 2 Ashnod Altars, but I don't really want to... I can't see how taking 1 is good. So we've milled over another recommission as well, which is pretty rough. Take an energy refractor. Yep. And that's just how the cookie crumbles, and we'll get back for match 4, round 4, at 1 and 2, which that's funny, they kill their own synth. I mean, maybe that implies I'm not dead. I don't even know what we need to draw. We need to... we're kind of 2 cards away, aren't we? We need an Ashnods Altar and a Mere Enforcer in hand. So I guess, we could draw 1 and then cash grab into the other. And they don't have any interaction. I'm going to make a red, play a cash grab. So we find a mine, but we don't have any coloured pips. That would do it. That would do. Cool. So we are on the draw in round 4. I've kept this hand, looked at them against Delver. So blue's an interesting matchup. Obviously they have counter spells, but don't seem to have the kind of graveyard hate. So potentially that side, the graveyard hate has been causing us trouble. Don't really, not known for having artifact hate in blue. Obviously still sabotage in Elves, but we are on the way to assemble Tron. This is our green source, and we need 3 lands to play a cash grab from it, so don't see an issue with just playing the Tron piece. If we can get a crop rotation through, that would so we have kind of that 4 Tron in hand. But obviously running that into a counterspell is pretty awkward. Let's top this. So we can fire off the cash grab. If it gets countered, it's not the end of the world because we're drawing something good anyway. Expecting we're taking the Tron piece. Yeah, take the tower over the energy refractor. We could take the energy refractor and crop rotate into the Tron piece. The energy refractor might just be that valuable. I think it is. So make a green, play crop rotation, turn this into an Urza's Tower, play the energy refractor, play the Ashnods Altar. Naya and can't do anything with the land. It's not all bad. So the opponent deep analysising in their main phase is either a show of weakness that they are needing to draw into something. Obviously the Delver not flipping is very good for us. I'm reading this as they have a lot of counter spells, so having a load of instant speed effects is nice. They do put lethal into play, so can we kill them this turn? I think I want to lead on a Malevolent Rumble because it will make a blocker. Alternatively, it makes, or it's effectively only 1 mana, right? Because we can sack the Spawn for 2 mana with the Altar. So just take the star, play a star, make a green pip, play a Wasteful Harvest, take a Mere Retriever, and we get there. Very annoying that we have this leftover 1 mana. It just makes clicking through this so awkward. So I guess we can, no, we can energy refractor from spend 2 mana to make 1 mana. And now we don't have to get prompted by Magic Online about what mana we want to spend every time. Much quicker. An opponent sees the combo. So turn 5 win, I mean, we lower them into a false sense of security by not doing anything. I guess that's how it goes. Sideboard wise, I think I want Evolution Witness. I don't want Crop Rotation. Again, just paranoid of being got. Terror doesn't have spell stutters. Don't think I want Moment Pieces. Let's run it back. Evolution Witness is basically my Moment Piece, right? Just make a card, recommission it, chomp block, and still return another card. Maybe there's a bit of a Wasteful Harvest first cash grab, but I think being able to play this on turn 2 off of the bauble is enough of a reason to be on the grabs over the harvests. For basically exactly this thing here. We're only playing 18 lands, so having more than 3 lands in hand in a 7 is not guaranteed. And then this is just so good at turning that second, getting you from 2 lands up to 3. So the Delver flips were actually under a decent amount of pressure this time. They didn't play any things in our end step, which is a bit worrying. I'm going to let them brainstorm before I cash grab. And we know they have an annul, 2 Mere Retrievers and a Conduit Pylons. I guess we have to take, or don't have to, but hard to get away with taking Mere Retriever so that we are closer to the start of the combo. the recommission is pretty nice. So we can play a map, and if they counter it, play a retriever. It seems to be the only real option. Question as to whether which one we'd rather have resolve, but I guess we can lead on the retriever. We have the recommission. I think we lead on the map. This gets annulled. We get spell pierced. I'm quite sad. I'm quite embarrassed. Okay, so they have two counters. Maybe I play the refractor then. Without Tron, it's not doing a lot for us. This would also have the upside of being able to find another land if it had resolved. But yeah, the main appeal to it is just force them to have something. Oh, sorry, force them to use the annul. Say force, request that they use the annul. Just going to slam the altar, be mana efficient. Hopefully they are running low on effects, because we sure are. It does not look to be the case. So yeah, now we're just getting delved out, and we're out of effects that we can play relatively cheaply. So let's hope game 3 goes a bit better. We'll be on the play. Again, nothing I saw there makes me really want to change the sideboard plan. The Scattershot Archers just doing 2 damage is too hard, too difficult. So we'd like to play first. We would like to mulligan. We will keep, but it's not fantastic. And put back. Do I want to put back a Wasteful Harvest? It's 3 mana. I'd rather keep the Evolution Witness that's less susceptible to getting countered. Let's see if this is a game 1 Delver or a game 2 Delver. I'm going to crack this now. We've got a green pip already, and that would give us the shot of having drawn into a rumble. So they spend a mana to set up Delver. Be interesting to see what card they show us. I feel like I'm probably stuck playing Evolution Witness next turn to make sure we, get to add something to the board. Expecting they have a bunch of annulls and sabotages again. Yeah, Spell Pierce, effectively the same. They do have a land, right? They don't have a land drop. It's very relevant. And we happen to draw the Wasteful Harvest for that turn. So I'm going to spew that. Oh, let's say spew this, play this. We'll take a Conduit Pylons. Not fantastic, but good enough. Now we have to make sure we sequence things not to get got by the Spell Pierce. Unless we want to get got by a Spell Pierce, but I don't think we do. we can lead on star. Turn the green into a green. Get the scry, surveil even. Keep this on top. Play an evolution witness. Don't get force fights. So I guess the problem we have is we've got retrievers for days, but no way to actually kill them. We'll get them into the graveyard, turn them into anything other than just a 1/1 that, you know, stops the opponent from being able to attack. We do have the adapt on this. So make Tron. I think we lead on this, it can't get spell pierced, and I don't think it's guaranteed that they want to try and counter it now. We'll pay 2. Again, they don't know that we don't really have the gas in our hand to afford not to. So we can play a cash grab. We get an Ashnods Altar. So we have the loop, we still don't have a card in the graveyard. And I guess we play a Mirror Retriever so that we can use the altar, or use the Evo Witness for an altar. So expect this flips because they brainstormed. It does, it's a Thought Scour. So we have to try and, well, we have to win next turn. It seems like it's going to be pretty tricky too. Need to find a way to mill over so if we play the altar, I guess we've got a 1 redraw. Okay, so let this go, which means we've actually got more redraws. So we can redraw for the star. I can make red or green. Obviously red is what we need. We have more green spells. Just make the red, we've already seen, so we're 4 to 6 on red to green spells. We can always make the green mana later if we need to. So white is just another slightly more expensive way to get back a star or that effect. If we sack this, then they counter this, we're in trouble. So play a tower, make white mana, recommission back the star again. We've got an extra 2 mana sitting in this that we don't need. So I'm going to turn this into another red. No, into a green. So I turn this into I turn it into a red, and I guess let's work the other way around. If I turn it into a green and draw the Gatekeeper, I can play the Gatekeeper for red 1 green. If they counter it, I can unearth it using the Evolution Witness. That's exact on mana, so it's going to be hard to be able to make a green and still kill. We'd need. I know we can. If we draw Malevolent Rumble, we can do green and still kill. Green into green. Sack this. Play Malevolent Rumble. So we find the Gatekeeper. They can't counter the unearth anyway, but they can still sabotage to really mess us up if we unearth it. So we're going to have 4 mana in the Gatekeeper and the Spawn. So 2 mana in pool plus Spawn for 2 mana is 4. And we've got the Mirror Retriever in play to start a loop by targeting the Mirror Retriever. So if we take the Gatekeeper, I don't think we can kill them, right? We can't unearth it because it will be red 1/1 to unearth, and we'll only have 1 in the pool. Mirror Retriever will just, yeah. So we can't beat a Steel Sabotage. Is what? Oh no! Don't click that. Don't click that. It's the other one. It's the other one. Take the whatever power plant. No, take the cast. Because at least it cycles. Unearth here. Sack Mirror Retriever. Get back Mirror Retriever. We can sack this for 2 mana. So we can play Mirror Retriever. Get back a Chromatic Star. Maybe we could have beaten that if we'd have taken the guy. So sack this. Get back Chromatic Star. If somebody can work that out for me, I'd be interested to know if I did punt. make red. Never punished. So I either was a genius by making sure I put that in the graveyard to allow this to happen, or was scrub and punted and got lucky and bailed out. So you can do the same thing again where we make we put 2 mana in our pool so that we don't have to pay the mana, pick the mana ourselves. Cool. I'm gonna go back and study that situation and just do the maths on what I actually should have done. Back in a minute. Hello, welcome back for round 5. We're on the draw, so we've got 2 shots at drawing a land. And if we do, this hand's quite good. So I'm tempted to keep. I've been burnt by mulling to 5 a few times. I'm going to be greedy. And for anyone who did not have a go at answering the pop quiz about the line, definitely should have done what I did and put it into the graveyard. Otherwise, when we cast it, they just counter it and we don't get the 2 mana. So we don't kind of give ourselves the option of getting lucky. So that's my conclusion. And we're back. We are back, baby, in the world of just turn 3 Tron against what's either Wildfire or either Wildfire or Brood-Scale. Still not completely convinced one way or another, but I think it's likely Wildfire. They take the recommission. Let's just get the tower now. I might play a deck with the Wildfire, or a league with the Wildfire. I've got 2 trophies with it quite early on. It was like the first 2 times playing the deck. I think I started off like 14-1 or something absurd. But the problem with that is I don't have any changes I would make to it. I would really recommend the stock list. It's really good. I don't think I can improve on it, so I'm not gonna make a video making the deck, strictly worse. As much as that's basically what I'm trying, arguably what I'm doing anyway. At least I'm trying something I've got conviction it might be good. Whereas in the case of the Wildfire deck, can't improve on perfection. So we have 2 retrievers. We have a bunch of gatekeepers, so we just want to find more ways to draw till we find the Ashnods Altar. These hands really, if you just luck out into turn 4 natural Tron without having to invest, I know we did map, but these hands with turn 4 Tron, they make me think the deck's got something to it. But yeah, we are running into quite a lot of, I was about to say quite a lot of graveyard hate. So let's make a green. I am kind of pausing a bit to think here in that I might try and unearth and leave recommission for a bauble on the table. I guess we can unearth once without getting ourselves in any trouble. And if they don't crack, then we've spent a mana. If we do, they do crack, then we've got more baubles in the graveyard, but we only really need one for the recommission anyway. So let's make white. No, this was bad because we needed that. So when we do this bauble for mana, yeah, when we do this bauble for mana, oh no, they just hold it, don't they, until we've, yeah, okay. A lot of talking. They just hold the spell bomb anyway until we get back the Mere Retriever, realistically. We can recommission a Retriever now and just cycle this, basically. So let's make a red. Unearth. Okay. So yeah, this is where if they're reacting to this, I think what they should do is hold this, because we can't kill them without looping these, and if we loop these, we get to a point with 2 of these in the graveyard. Unearthing this doesn't actually achieve anything for us. But if we're doing this to try and bait them, we should have done it before we cracked this star, or had to crack this star for coloured mana, so that we still had one in the graveyard to recommission. That's where we're at. Obviously it helps that we have one of these in hand anyway, but cracking it early to stop this exiling is what playing around us having like another 2 Mere Retrievers. I think that's being very safe. So we can play an Ashnod's Altar. And crop rotate one of our towers into a Surveil land, so that we have coloured mana for next turn. And obviously we also get to Surveil, but so we can graveyard this. Oh no, yeah, graveyard this, even recommission it now. Wrong one. Make green as a default. If we make red, we've got a shot at drawing into the 3rd or 4th Mere Retriever. So we've got all of the coloured mana in the world. All of the colourless mana in the world, so we've got 4 in the bank. I think I'll just make green. We've got more green spells than red. Yeah. And then I don't mind playing a Mere Retriever now to block. No, essentially we can block this and it draws us a card deeper. Again, our combo is a Mere Retriever in play or in hand, a Mere Retriever in the graveyard, and a Gatekeeper in the graveyard. So it doesn't really matter where the first Mere Retriever is. I guess the downside of this is we sign up to being we sign ourselves up to having to take a Mere Retriever explicitly off of a impulse effect, but that's not too bad. We've already got the other 2 pieces we need. Make green. I guess we've got a green. I'll make a red. Let know. Love to draw the energy refractor. Love it so much, we drew another one. The first energy refractor is fantastic. I don't want to play this to get it bolted. I guess we can just play the Ashnod's Altar. Now that we have an energy refractor, and Ashnod's Altar is just better than Forest. It is a forest and a coloured mana, and a colourless mana. And we'll block with the spawn token, because it's not doing anything for us. Well, they are on a Hydra. So yeah, we need to find a mere retriever this turn. Obviously we've got a lot of these impulse effects. There's 2 in our deck, and we've got a lot of impulse effects to find it. Won't block this time. So is the caster in our deck? Yes, we can. I know the cast is gone. So the best we can do is make a conduit pylons to scry. We can graveyard this, and then if we make 2/3 now, got a better shot being able to survive. Slightly interesting spot on whether we block with the Gatekeeper. If we block with the Gatekeeper, sorry, if we don't block with the Gatekeeper, we'd be dead to. What do they go after? Our power plant. So we're off of Tron. Yes, if we don't block with the Gatekeeper, we're dead to Galvanic Blast. If we do block, not winning this. We had, I think we had outs on the previous turn of getting there on the combo, but unfortunately not anymore. Having both spell bombs is pretty rough for us. We can try and play it out, but I think we're dead. Yep. I wonder whether the other Ultratron build is actually much better against Graveyard Hate. Whether it is just that kind of matchup lottery effect. So what do we want? We want Evolution Witness for sure. I think we want Ancient Grudges so that we can force them to use spell bombs. I don't think Obsidian Acolyte's any good. Scatter Archer can take down Refurbish Familiar. Is that worth a card? Possibly. So we know they're on Wildfire, so I'll keep the crop rotations. Let's trim out the maps and 2 cash grabs. And give this a go. Fighting for 3 and 2 for a positive record. So hand doesn't do anything, but does have crop rotation. I think we have to put that back. Hand has Tron but doesn't do anything. I'm going to keep put back mine. So wildfire us, we get a green source. I don't think they, again, the last time I looked, oh, that was a long time ago, I don't think the wildfire deck tends to play too much in the way of actual artifact hate. I think most of the sideboard is taken up with Glee and Burn cards. I think the affinity matchup's not that bad. You can just kind of grind through a lot of the time. Please wildfire. Don't dress. So we really need an energy refractor. Any ball would be helpful. The green spell is not too helpful. They know we've got Tron in hand. I'm going to protect the tower. Although, again, actually, if they were, I should have played the Tron if they wildfired, would have got a green pip. Yeah. Works out. Best of both worlds. And we've shuffled now, so we've taken the Elves' Mine off the bottom of our deck. I think I'm going to lead on the Harvest. See the most cards. So we can reassemble Tron, but not have any green mana, or take an energy refractor. We take the energy refractor. I know we've got the first green mana, haven't we? So let's just reassemble Tron. So take Elves' Mine. Play Elves' Mine. So you have that spellbomb going. Going to lead on Malevolent Wimble. What do we want to take? So we can take Mere Retriever just so it's not in the graveyard, or we can take Chromatic Star so we can carry on digging. I think I just take the Star because we need to find an Ancient Grudge to be able to win, so we need to keep going. So play this. Make a green. Draw a card. Energy Refractor is very nice. Let's play that now. I don't think we're going to get them with... Ooh. So I don't think we're going to get them with the unearth Gatekeeper trick. I think we've got a shot at getting them with recommission Ashnods Altar. And they crack off of that. And obviously we've got a backup altar. And we could just recommission target Mere Retriever, which kind of does the same thing, but if they let it resolve, we have a Mere Retriever rather than a backup altar. So recommission target Mere Retriever. Expect they crack, but the point is then when we play our next Rumble, the coast is clear. you've cleared out the artifact 8 using the recommission, so the next run we can allow ourselves to keep restocking, which again is altar and alter a let's just take a star, keep digging. Alter a mirror retriever in the bin, a gatekeeper in the bin, and a mirror retriever in hand. So with only 2 mirror retrievers left in, only 3 mirror retrievers left in the deck. If they draw another spell bomb, we can't actually combo them anymore because they can always crack when they're in the bin. We'd need to have an evolution witness in play so that we can respond to the crack. Let's lead on cash grab. So we can take a mirror retriever into our hand. Which gives us a bit of option in terms of milling over the next one. Or just cycling it into a sphere. I think we're going to go for it now. Turn all of these Eldrazi spawns to mana batteries. Resack this for red. Can mirror retriever sack it for another cycle. Only 1 recommission left in the deck, so I'm not going to play too much around that. Let's make another green. Make another red. So, unearth here. Play a mirror retriever. Deal the damage. So they could still snuff out this, but it looks like we might be clear. Let's just be clicking. Trying to work out whether I can put the whether there's any value in putting the evolution witness in play. I don't think there is, because I don't want to. I think that, obviously I think they've not got anything by the fact that they're letting us kill them. There's no reason for them to wait. They did have something. Obviously completely fine with opponents making us play out. They did scoop in, I think in game 1, right? I think we won game. Or did we? Have we won a game? It will blur into 1. But yeah, basically just in case they did have something, I don't want to play out the witness and lose being able to activate that for some kind of rebuilding. Yeah, all the games this league are well and truly blended into 1, so let's just do the clicking. Kind of must have lost game 1. So we're going to have 10 odd minutes for game, or 9 odd minutes for game 3. I'm excited to find out actually whether I have to play any more. Yeah, we lost game 1 because they just drew their two main deck spell bombs, didn't they? And we've not had another post-board game since. Guess they've not seen Evolution Witness, so we should keep this in our hand for that little bit of secrecy. And with a storm count of 26, it is 1-1. Gusted I felt like I swear halfway through that I thought I was there. It was 1-1 already, but 8 minutes to play out the last game. Don't think we want any changes, just run it back, and let's hope we get there. Remember that we want to play quite quickly if given the option. So mulligan, keep this, probably lead on turn 1 cast. So we can hold up crop rotation for put back one of the crops. So we can hold up crop it's back. Hold up crop rotation, but also it's just our green pip for impulse effects. Sure, I think that's too early to do that, surely. We could double rotate. Or we could play out Evolution Witness, or we could do nothing. Or we can, like, kill the Blood Fountain now. I think I'm going to hold off, and then I might end up killing the Blood Fountain or a Spell Bomb if they play that. We could do some rotating nonsense, but I don't want to play this out and get this bolted without getting any value. Maybe that's being greedy. I think I like rotates. It means we can witness and crack. So get an Urza's Tower. Get an Urza's Mine. We are very reliant on the energy refractor. Going to take a forest. Play the forest. So there you go. So obviously we're now holding up the third rotator to wildfires again. they are the Monarch. Interesting. What if we were the Monarch? Don't think we want to rotate now. If we did, it would be for Surveil Land. I think that's loose. Rumble, we have the combo. As a backup, we also get the Monarch. Oh no, not quite, because if they kill this, we don't get the Monarch. So, click fast. And they concede. So 3 and 2. I really like this version of this deck. I think if you don't run into, obviously you have the downside where opponents will play Artifact Hate, will play Graveyard Hate. But you see so many cards that you're quite resilient to it. The fact that you can get so much value out of, I guess the alternative of playing like all the Deadly Dispute, the kind of Jund version of this deck. Say Jund, I guess mostly green and black. You have to actually manually, you have to actually draw the second Mirror Retriever and the Golem Foundry. Whereas this way, although you're playing a weird, 1, 2, 3 card, 3 card combo, the Retriever, Ashnod's Altar, 4 card combo, 2 Retrievers, Altar, and either Foundry, or in this case Gatekeeper. You actually only need 2 of them in your hand, or have ever been in your hand. So you can get pretty, it's pretty consistent at actually assembling this line. Yeah, it's just trying to tighten up some plays. Really want a sideboard plan for opponents that have so much Graveyard Hate. I think I'm looking at just like a Nyx-Spawn Hydra, for example, and we can just slap that on a Gatekeeper or on a Spawn token and just go to town. But the problem I've had is that quite a lot of opponents are keeping it, either quite a lot of opponents keeping in a couple of removal spells, or a null, Declamor and so on, hit your enchantments anyway. It would be ideal if it was an artifact, so we get about a Mirror Retriever, but I don't think I think that just runs into the same problem of opponents already playing a bunch of Artifact Hate against you. So, any ideas on what that could be? Curvex Torch, Nyx-Spawn Hydra, something in that slot, so that if an opponent is on a bunch of Graveyard Hate, we can get there. I think we stole, was it round 1, with just Dorky Creature Beats? It's kind of inspiring me that we're not a million miles off of, if the opponent slows down and is just playing a load of hate, we can get there with Evolution Witness Beatdown. Maybe. Obviously we unearth a bunch of these. Could just be some Acorn Harvests, I don't know. Right. With that, I'll end the video, and thanks for watching.